online training. Just a minute. Yeah. Welcome to the Go Online Trainings Azure Data Engineering. Uh, Before I start, I want to thank you for joining this course, and I congratulate each one of you for taking the first step in Azure Data Engineering program. So, quickly introduce myself. My name is Vikash, and I have been working in IT industry for the past 11 years. During this time, I have gained extensive experience working on various big data engineering projects in various domains like healthcare, banking, retail, supply chain, and many more. I have been fortunate to work with big tech companies like ADP, JDA Software, and L&T. Presently, I'm working at Microsoft as lead Azure data engineer. I'm certified Azure data engineer. So far, I have trained 100 plus members. I have trained both IT employees and non-IT employees. And my students also got selected in various companies. In my last batch, one of the students got selected with 18 lakhs per annum package. He joined in a L&T. Let me quickly give an overview of course details. So you will have opportunity to learn from the industry professionals who have more than 10 years of experience and currently working at the Microsoft. This course will be covered by the two trainers. I'm the first trainer. I will be training you on Azure fundamentals, Azure storage, Azure SQL, Azure Data Factory, and Azure Synapse. Second part of the training will be covered by my colleague Pawan, who also works at Microsoft and has over 10 years of experience. He will cover Azure Databricks with PySpark, Scala, and Spark SQL. You will gain valuable insights and insider knowledge from us to stay ahead in the game. Overall, in the next 2 months, you will have almost 50 plus hours of live sessions every day. That is Monday to Friday, based upon the situation, based upon the course content, will take on weekends, Saturday and Sunday, but not regular basis. Again, if you are unable to attend a live session, you will receive an access to the recording session within 2 hours. And our training will be purely focused on the real-time project and real-time use cases only. The last 10 minutes of each session will be dedicated to clarifying your doubts and answering any questions you may have. And the main part of this course will be comprised of 100% of the practical training and very, very, very less theory. This means that large majority of this course will involve hands-on practical learning rather than just applying your concepts in theoretical manner. This approach allows you to develop your practical skills and you will gain the confidence in using them. And most interestingly, we will have daily assignments. These assignments will enhance your expertise and reinforce your learning. I'm sure by completing these assignments, you can get minimum of 2 years of experience. You will get that confident level in your. So these assignments plays a crucial role throughout this journey. Also, we'll conduct weekly quizzes, which will help you to test your knowledge and track your weekly progress. Also, we will assist you in preparing your resume. We'll cover most frequently asked interview questions from all the top companies. This will enhance your chances of landing your dream job as an Azure data engineer. After completion of this course, each one of you will gain the confidence to crack interviews on your own and become the best in the IT industry. Let me quickly go to the chart window. So Kiran Naidu is telling I'm not audible. Is it to everybody or it's only for Kiran Naidu?
No, you're audible.
Kiran Naidu, I think issue with your side. Could you please re-log in? I would like to emphasize one point to each one of you clearly that our main motive for this training is give you detailed knowledge on the Azure Data Engineer. We'll try our best to make you in a position where you will be able to crack the interviews on your own without taking anyone's help. However, we are not providing any job assistance in terms of the placement assistance, scheduling the interviews, etc. After this course, from Go online trainings, you will get references like whenever there are any job opportunities, they will provide you the job links. You need to apply and you need to clear your jobs on your own. Are you clear so far? Any doubts?
Yes, clear.
Thank you. So,
Sir.
hello.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay.
Who are all eligible to learn this Azure course?
Yeah, this course will be 50 plus hours. That means mostly 50 sessions. And if you are taking 2 to 3 hours in a weekends, again, weekends are not mandatory, but based upon the situations, we might take on weekends. And obviously, it's based upon the majority of the people. And mostly this course will be completed within 45 days to 60 days. Minimum would be the 45 days, maximum would be the 60 days.
Okay, sir.
Prerequisites for this course is basic SQL knowledge is required. Without SQL, you cannot survive as a data engineer. So SQL is a mandatory thing for each one of you. If you are new to the SQL, I strongly encourage to please have SQL classes or learn SQL through online. And if you are good at cloud fundamentals, will be beneficial, but not mandatory. you should have an Azure account. Do not worry at this moment. I will guide you how to create an Azure free account, but that is mandatory for this course for during these 2 months of time. And everybody must have a computer or laptop with Windows 10 operating system, and it should have minimum of 4 GB RAM. So, who all can join this course? Firstly, for those who are freshers, these courses will provide them with the necessary foundational skills to start a successful career in the IT industry. Secondly, for those who desire to change their technical stack, this course is open to individuals who are currently working on-premise data engineers or database developers or data analysts or BI professionals and ETL developers or any of the technology. If you want to change your tech stack from your existing tech stack to Azure Data Engineer, so everybody can join this course. Just a minute. Yeah. This course is not suitable for the people who are not interested in hands-on learning approach. I mean, the people who don't want to do any assignments or who don't want to do hands-on. So this course is definitely not suitable for those kind of people. And this course is not suitable for the people who just focuses only for clearing an Azure Data Engineer certification. Because as I said, this is an 100% practical sessions. So as part of the certification, people will mostly have the theoretical questions. So if you are aiming only to clear an Azure Data Engineering certification, this course is not for you. Again, as part of the course, we'll also cover Azure Databricks using PySpark and Scala, but this course is not to become Scala developer or Java developer or Python developers, though we are covering PySpark, Scala in Databricks, but this course is not to become a Scala developer or Java developer or Python developer. This course is to become an Azure Data Engineer. I hope I'm clear so far. So as part of this 50 plus hours of live sessions, we'll cover various modules. We'll start with Azure Cloud Fundamentals. This covers the basics of cloud computing and how it is different than on-premise. Why to choose Microsoft Azure? Why not AWS? Why not GCP? Why organizations are moving to the cloud? What are the various advantages over the cloud? So we'll discuss all these details in the first module, that is Azure Cloud Fundamentals. And then we'll move to the second module, that is Azure Storage Services. This module covers the fundamentals of Azure Data Lake Storage, including how to create your data lake storage, how to manage, how to secure your storage account in the cloud. It also includes block storage account, data lake storage account, file share, Azure tables. We'll also cover lifecycle management of the storage account. The next module would be the Azure SQL. This topic covers the basics of Azure SQL. It includes understanding how it is different than on-premise relational database and how to create a database, how to work with database. Again, I'm not going to cover much on the SQL. You have to learn SQL on your own. I will just cover what is Azure SQL, what is the difference between normal on-premise SQL and the Azure SQL. Okay. The next module would be Azure Data Factory, which is heart and soul for this Azure Data Engineering program, which is a cloud-based data integration service used for data integration and data transformations. Here we'll cover how to create your data pipelines, how to manage the pipeline, how to monitor your data pipelines, and how to integrate data from various source systems. And this will be almost, it will take minimum of 20 sessions. And then the next module would be Azure Databricks. Here we are going to teach Azure Databricks using 3 of the technologies, that is PySpark, Scala, and Spark SQL. It covers basics of the Azure Databricks, which is basically a collaborative cloud-based platform. And this Databricks can be used by various teams, like data science team can use Databricks, or machine learning team can be used for Databricks, and the data engineer will use Databricks. It is a collaborative tool, and here we're going to cover all basic to advanced level. And the next one is about the Azure Keyword, which is another service in Azure, basically where you will store all kind of connectional details and any kind of sensitive data in the keyword. We'll discuss about the keyword as well. And Azure DevOps will cover how to create a repository, how to maintain your code base, how to create a backup of your code, how to create and how to create a CI/CD pipeline, which will basically continuous integration and continuous development, where you will able to deploy your code from one environment to another environment, from development environment to UAT, or from UAT to the production environment. So we'll cover the CI/CD topic as well for both Azure Data Factory and Azure Databricks. Along with these modules, we'll cover all interview related questions related to all of these services. So, are we clear so far? Any doubts?
No doubt.
So, anybody, can you please tell me what is data engineering? Why data engineering is needed? Why you all joined this course?
Data engineering is mostly transferring data from on-premise to cloud. That is why we are using data engineering and find out some insights using Databricks.
Hmm. Yes, you're right up to some extent. Yes. Any other thoughts or any other one, any others who want to tell what exactly is data engineering? Actually, why? Yes, you are right. You told that basically to transform your data from on-premise to cloud. But why people want to transfer the data from on-premise to cloud? They can uh, still use the on-premise, right? What is the need for it?
For data security, data scalability, then large data is available on daily basis.
Yep, right. Okay. So let me just quickly tell you why data engineering. What is data engineering? Okay. So as you all know that we are back from the COVID situation. So in the pandemic, you all seen how how the world was changed. Okay. I mean to say the last decade was completely focused on the digitalization. Okay. That means we have been transforming our things from offline to online. And the next decade will focus on data engineering and data science. Why? Because majority of the processes have already digitalized. For example, now you can book your gas online, you can pay the phone bills online, you can pay electricity bills online, you can purchase groceries, clothes, medicines. Additionally, you all are taking this course online, right? You can book flights and restaurants online. Almost everything can be online nowadays. This is all about the digitalization. So as everything becomes an online, which will resulting in producing massive amount of data, each and every application will sense generates huge amount of data. Okay. So now as there is a huge amount of data is produced, somebody has to manage the data effectively, and along with just managing the data, they need to get insights from the data. Okay. I mean, for example, take an example, just basic an example, a shopkeeper. Think about shopkeeper, what shopkeepers do. He's very smart guy. He knows that he sells milk. Along with the milk, he also sells the bread and butter, because he knows that someone who buys a milk usually buys bread and butter. It makes sense to sell together. Again, is also a smart guy. Generally, people get holidays on Saturday and Sunday. He knows that during the weekend, his sales would be more. Why? Because lot of people get time to come to the shop on the weekends and they want to get relaxed. Probably his sales on the weekend will be little more. But how he analyzed all this? Because from his experience or over a period of a time, he observed all the customers, all the things. Based upon the data, he finalized that, okay, on weekends, he's getting more number of sales. He also observed that people who probably buys milk, they will also buy milk and butter. So he analyzed it and he improved his business. Similarly, if you look it individually, you might not get information. But when you club all this data and look at historically, you will get some quick and information. So that is the reason, like not only shopkeeper, every organization want to analyze their data. Based upon their data, they want to take insights to improve their business. Let me give you another example called, we'll just go with and go online trainings. Okay. So as you all know that we all are joined with Go online trainings. Previously, before the COVID, Go online trainings would conduct the classes on classroom. Now, after this pandemic, even Go online trainings becomes digitalized. So that is the reason it's a Go online trainings. Okay. Now, how this Go online trainings business will come? Okay. So they have a form where they need to fill all these details: name, contact number, email ID, location, courses, timing. So this they will post it in various forms, like they will just give advertising on the social media like Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Okay. And also some people used to go to the institute and they will ask about the inquiries. Okay. And they have a website where you can also go to the Go online trainings website and you can get you need to fill all these details. Okay. So if you observe carefully, they are maintaining a website, and whenever you enter any details, those data will be stored in a database. Assume it is an SQL server. Also, if you got an info from social media like Instagram and WhatsApp, they will ask you to fill some details. Those data will be captured using REST API. Also, if you fill the data by filling manually when you visit the institute, they will enter the details in the Excel. Okay. So the same data is placed in multiple sources and multiple formats. Now, Go online training CEO want to analyze his business. Okay, because he has data. Based upon the data, he want to understand what is the number of course inquired received each month. How many students have inquired about this Azure Data Engineering course in total? What are the most convenient timings preferred by the student to take this course? As you all know that Go online trainings is spread over the worldwide. People used to take the trainings from various countries like US, UK. So they want to understand from which country or which region they are getting more number of inquiries. Based upon that, they can plan a training session based upon their convenient timing zone. For example, if you are receiving more number of core inquiries from US region, then it makes sense to go online training to conduct a session on US specific timings rather than Indian specific timings. Also, how students are coming to know about this institute? Was it through referrals? Was it through social media or through the website? Like, if they get those kind of data, they can focus on improving their business. For example, if they are not getting more referrals from on social media, then it's time for go online training to spend some amount of money or some kind of trainings to the people, or to start giving advertisement in social media so that they will get their business from social media as well. Also, they want to understand most popular or demanding technology chosen by the students. Okay, like they just want to understand which course is mostly inquired by the students, because that's how they will decide, okay, this course has very huge demand. So based, if they can get those information, maybe go online training can take 2 to 3 sessions, or they can have multiple classes on this training technology so that they can improve their business. So this is how the go online trainings can improve their business. Not only go online trainings, nowadays every company want to get the insights from their data, because every company is producing huge amount of data. Now everybody want to get the insights from their data. Let's take an example of Microsoft. As you all know that Microsoft is an tech-based company. They have so many products like MS Office, MS Excel, Outlook, SQL Server, SSIS, Azure, and so many teams. So these all are the tools or products which was owned by the Microsoft. Again, now most recently they acquired ChatGPT as well. Now all these products will generate huge amount of data, but Microsoft just want to understand from which product it will generate highest revenue, whether through Cosmos DB they are getting more insights, or through an operating system they are getting more revenue, or through Teams they are getting more revenue. So they just want to understand from which region Microsoft have highest sales. Again, as Microsoft products are owned by different countries, from which region or which country they are getting highest sales, and which products are least utilized by the people. For example, Microsoft Teams has various features like screen sharing, audio call, and video call. And if most of the peoples are not using video call feature, then that feature is not utilized by most of the people. Then it's time for Microsoft to give additional trainings to the Teams users on the video call feature, so that most majority of the people will use that feature. And if Microsoft feels that and a particular product is not using by the many people, then it's time for Microsoft to innovate or come up with a new ideas so that those products can be used by all the people. Okay, so this is how the Microsoft want to get the insights, and they just want to improve their business. As for example, if the particular sales are not coming from US region, it's time for Microsoft to hire more sales team in the US region so that they will get more sales from the US. So for all that, they need the data. Okay, and they need to, if you receive the huge data, they need somebody to analyze this data, and somebody has to provide these insights. So who will analyze this data, who will provide these insights, is nothing but it's obviously a data engineer. Data engineer will collect the data from different sources. They will create the pipelines, they will store the data in a particular format, and they will write some analytical logic using Databricks, and they will give all these kind of insights so that they can get improve their business. I hope now you understand why data engineering is needed, why it is useful for each and every company. Because of this digitalization, everybody want to get the insights from their data to improve their business. Okay. So now you understand the data engineering, but why it is needed. If people ask you what are the main roles and responsibility of a data engineer, they have three major roles. One is they need to collect or aggregate all the data from different sources. If you take an example of Go Online, previous slide, they have their data in different formats. They have their data in the SQL Server database. They have the data in the JSON in the using REST API. They have their data in the Excel. So they need to aggregate all this data into a common place. Okay. And they need to create a data pipelines to move the data from different places to a common place. So for that, data engineers are needed. And again, the second reason is that people want to migrate their data from on-premises to the cloud. Again, to migrate the data from on-premises to cloud, they need the data engineers. And again, once you got the data, you have to get the insights, you have to write some kind of analytical logic. Again, to do that, they need and data engineers. Okay. And again, to create the pipelines, which technology we are using, to write the analytical logic, which technology we have to use. Do not worry at this moment. We'll go deeper and deeper in coming sessions. And again, do not worry what is an on-premise, what is cloud. We'll cover more details in tomorrow's sessions. So now you might have a doubt. Okay. Like especially if you have a huge data, there are a lot of jobs in the market you are seeing. People are talking about data scientists, people are talking about data analysts, people are talking about database developers, people are talking about data engineers. So if you understand the data, you can get all these jobs. Okay. Let me quickly give an overview of what of this each of these jobs. So for example, a data scientist. I can say a data scientist can be a next step after a data engineering, because data scientists primarily focusing on the three tasks. He will predict the data, will forecast the data using AI and ML algorithms, and he will build the models. But data science can only be effective if there is a huge amount of data available in a common place. And who will give the data? Data engineers will give the data. Data engineers will collect the data from different sources and they will put it into a particular manner so that data scientists can use the data for forecasting and predicting the data. So data scientists can be the next step of the data engineering. Data engineers plays a critical role in supplying data to data scientists and creating a playground for them to work with the data. Therefore, there is a huge demand for the data engineers. Data engineer is often higher than that the data scientist. You go to any company, you'll typically find few projects which are related to data scientists or few data scientists in a company, but you will find more projects in a data engineering. You will find more number of data engineers. But while data science may be a buzzword, as the number of projects available for the data scientist is often less compared to the data engineers. However, having a data scientist on board can be beneficial in ensuring accurate predictions and forecast with the available data. And then what is this data analysts will do? I can say data analyst is a mini data engineers. I mean, they also work with the data. They'll use some kind of Excel or database to show their data in an visuals. They will analyze the data. Once the data engineers provide the data, they are the one who will analyze the data and they will build some kind of dashboards, either using Power BI or any Tableau or any kind of reporting tool. So data analysts are the one who analyzes the data provided by the data engineers. They will build some kind of dashboards. It is a mini data engineering. Now you understand why data engineering is important, because everybody, data scientists need their data analysts need the data, but in actual, data engineers will provide the data. Okay. So let me quickly open the chart window once again. Yes, Venkat will cover the streaming data, not stream analytics. As part of the Databricks sessions, we'll cover how to create batch data and how to get the real-time data using Kafka and Event Hubs. Streaming analytics, you will get hands-on on how to get the real-time data, but not the stream analytics. But using Kafka and Event Hub, we'll cover the stream analytics.
Okay, because one more thing here. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah. So does Python is really required for data engineers? I have read many blogs, so they're saying the Python is required for since data engineer, so they can use Python, SQL, or R language, right, to
Yes.
write the code.
So
does this really required?
Yes, it's a good question. So just a minute. So here I clearly mentioned, see, as a data engineers, as part of the Databricks, we'll use PySpark, Scala, or Scala, but you no need to be proficient or expert in the Python, Scala, or Java, because we are not applying a position for the Python developers, Java developer, or Scala developers, because if you think about Python, it's an ocean, it's a programming language. But you don't need to build an applications using Python. You just need to analyze your data, because you are the one who analyze the data. You are working as a data engineer. So you just need to query the data. You just need to store the data in different formats. You just need to write some kind of transformations like minimum, maximum, average, eliminating nulls, eliminating duplicates, and everything. As a data engineer, you will only write the code related to data. That means you just write some kind of queries in the PySpark. Okay. So again, Python is not mandatory, but it's a good to have. But just keep in mind that we are not Python developers or Python application developers. You will use Python for all of your data requirements, for all of your writing your queries in a Python. That's it. That is for the PySpark. And there is no prerequisite for the Python, because as part of the database systems, will cover from basics to advanced, which are needed for the data engineering. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah. So PySpark is that we'll use in data engineering, right?
Yes.
So it's
Yes.
not a Python.
Yes.
So which is advanced of Python or which is
Yes.
similar
Yes.
to
Yes.
Python?
Generally, if you write a Python code, it might take more time. But if it is PySpark, it is specially designed for handling a huge amount of data, and it is a framework which is built on top of the Python and the Spark, Apache Spark framework, and it is more faster than the Python, and where you can write very less lines of code. If you write the same code in the Python, it might take 20 to 30 lines. If you use PySpark, it is a single line or 2 lines.
Okay.
Madhav, can you please share the course registration link here? I am like Madhav will share a registration link. I request each one of you to fill those registration link, where you just need to enter your details, and will use that data for any kind of job assistant, and for any kind of you will get the course meeting emails and everything. So people who have registered, they will get all the updates about this course and everything. So I request, please fill this form on mandatory basis. Yeah. Any other questions before I move it to further?
Yeah, because one more question. So for Databricks, so here like we do have any storage system. It's like in Azure we have right SQL database or
Yes.
Azure SQL database. This
Yes.
kind
Yes.
of a storage system is available, and is there any ETL process also here?
Yes. Yes. See, by default, Databricks will have something called mount points. It internally uses a storage service called Azure Data Lake Storage or Azure Blob Storage, where you will store the data in a file format. Okay, in the Databricks, you will not store the data in the form of the table. Instead, the data will be stored in the Parquet format or JSON format or delta format. So internally, it uses a storage account, and uh, do not worry, at this moment we are using Databricks to do all kind of ETL formation. Like, you can read the data from different sources, you can apply any kind of transformation, you can store the data into it, your target system. So we'll cover all the ETL related topics as well in the Databricks.
Okay.
Any other questions? And I just want to understand from each one of you, just I will give you 1 minute. So just, what are your course expectations? What are you looking from this course? From how many years of experience you have? What are your current tech stack? And what is your current location? So it will help me further. For example, based upon your interest, I might add an extra topics, or I might reduce the topics. I just want to understand from each one of you. Start with Venkat. Venkat.
Yeah. So I'm working as a BI developer
Mhm.
from past 5 years. Okay.
Mhm.
So just I want to expose like Databricks as well.
Mhm.
So like nowadays, like everybody is talking about the Databricks, right? So
Mhm.
just I want to know like what are the things we can done, and why we need basically Databricks. So what, like why can't we do it in Azure, and
Mhm.
why we require a Databricks? So this is what like I want to know.
Okay. To answer your question,
Mm-hmm.
Databricks is a platform. Again, it is also offered by, it is an platform. It is used by all the cloud providers like Azure, AWS, and GCP.
Mhm.
So traditional ETL systems, like any of the ETL tool, like SSIS or Talendo or ADF, which will mostly designed to handle the data for relational databases like tables and everything. But to handle data from the file system, especially if there is a huge amount of big data, this Spark is specially designed to handle a big data. So they have built a framework which will handle the data, very massive amount of data using file formats. And Spark was designed for the main reason. You can do all these activities in any other ETL technologies, but Spark is specially optimized to handle very huge amount of data. That is the reason people are always using Spark. And in the Databricks, you will use write all your notebooks code into a Spark. Either it is a PySpark, either it is a Scala. You will write all this code into a Spark, so that, as I said, if you write a similar kind of code in any other programming language, you need to write like hundreds and thousands of lines, and it might take very programming language. You might need programming language, whereas in this Spark, it is 20 times faster than the any other programming language, and you can write a single line. Or very commands are very easy to use, and people who knows the SQL, who knows the Excel, they can easily write the Databricks code. That would be the one of the reason always people use the Databricks, because they need to handle very huge amount of data. It's a big data. So to handle big data at this moment, everybody want to write their code into a Spark, and will use Spark as part of the Databricks. That is the main reason.
Okay.
And as you already BA, so it would be very easy for you. You no need to spend much time. You will be able to understand easily. And the do you have any experience in any of the ETL tools like SSIS, Talenda, or anything?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, I do have it. And
ADF?
even, ADF also, I explored a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
And
Then,
I work for pipeline running and CI/CD things and all.
mm-hmm. Then
And
it's
DevOps.
very easy for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Anil, can you please?
Yeah. I have. So I have total 5+ years experience in IT. So currently I'm working as a SharePoint and Office 365 admin. So
Mm-hmm.
I would like to move my skills to Azure technologies. Recently most of the people are talking about this data engineering and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I just want to move to my skills to data engineering, Azure data engineering, Azure concepts and Azure data engineering and Azure administration.
Yep. Sure, Anil. I think you are in a good course at this moment, and you will understand more about what is this Azure, what is on-premise, what is cloud, why people are using Azure. Those you will able to understand maybe by tomorrow and day after tomorrow. Like,
Okay.
I'm sure most of your questions will be answered within 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Anil Kumar. Yeah, Anil Kumar, you have raised your hand. Can you please unmute and speak? Okay. Siddharth,
Yes, hi, Vikash. Good morning.
good morning.
I have total 10 years of experience in IT only.
Mm-hmm.
Previously, I was working as a .NET developer.
Mm-hmm.
Just 2 years, 1.5 years ago, I joined the online training for Power BI, and now I'm working as a Power BI developer
Mm-hmm.
in same company.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have switched my technology. In current company, they gave me chance to work on the Power BI technology.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and now I'm looking for the Azure Data Engineering course.
Mm-hmm.
I have learned number of things from. I try to learn from number of online portals like YouTube and Udemy, but I think I want means everybody should require one mentor. So,
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking for the course. But it is only one thing is about me. Today it is possible to join early morning. That is the only one issue could be there. But
I mean, is this
anything-
time? I mean, I just want to understand what are your preferred timings? I just want to understand.
Yeah, early morning is fine.
This 7:30 to 8:30, is it suitable for you? Like,
Yeah, it is suitable. 7 to 30 is suitable.
yep, yep. I know most of the people are working employees only, including me. So I always used to have the sessions early morning only, so that people can complete this training and they can go offices on time. So our session will be completed by 8:30, mostly by 9 if people have any doubts. So at least they can start go to offices by 8:30 to 9, so that they will have some uh, enough breathing time. That is the main reason of having a session at 7:30 to 8:30. If I keep at 7 o'clock or 6:30, people won't wake up.
Yes, correct.
I believe this is the correct timing for many of us.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
And I'm having near about 9 years of experience in SQL. Means my SQL is strong enough.
Mm-hmm.
And Power BI also is there. Now ADF also is there. It will be beneficial for me. So if I have all these technology.
Yeah.
Are we going to do some projects in this?
Yes, yes. So, honestly, I will give all the assignments which are related to real-time use cases. So if you completed one of the assignment, that means you have completed one of the tasks in the project itself. Okay. So if you combine all of these tasks, it will make a big project. Okay. At the end, I will talk about the project where I will give the task, and I'm sure once you complete all these assignments, you will be able to complete that project as well, and you can easily claim that you have an experience in that project. So assignments are very crucial, and I request each one of you to complete the assignments on daily basis. If you have struck anywhere, please discuss in the upcoming session. Do not join any session without completing the assignment. That is the main key concept. If you are very serious, if you are doing assignments, I'm sure you will be in a good position. You will be able to crack the interviews. Any uh, fan-based companies, I'm sure you will get good real-time experience. So you will able to see this boring PPT by tomorrow and day after tomorrow. And after 3 classes, everything we'll do from practical will directly go to the Azure portal and we'll start implementing it. So you will just see this kind of theory only for 3 days, because this theory is very needed, because people are very new to the cloud. They don't know what is cloud. So first 3 classes would be theoretical. From 4th to 5th class, everything will be practical. Yeah, Siddharth, and again, in your case, I know you have switched your career from .NET to data. You might understand how data is very easy. If you know a simple queries, you can, whereas in the .NET, you have to learn so many technologies like C#, ADO.NET, and you need to be updated to the web APIs. You need to write JavaScript, Angular, React, so many technology. You should know multiple technologies. Whereas a data engineer, if you know SQL, I mean, the syntax might different, but it is very easy. That could be the one of the reason you feel that it's a very easy of technology. That is the reason you want to switch your complete career into the data, right?
Yeah. Actually, I had number of experience in .NET, so I got bored. Very same task, very same task was there. Nothing was challenging or changing there. So I learned Power BI from Go online trainings only with the Bhaskar. Then I display my knowledge in the knowledge in the current company. Then we chance to move into the Power BI developer.
Okay.
Yeah, and now Power BI also like boring now. But when since last
yeah, it's good. It's good for us to upgrade our career. At least we'll have a good weightage in our resume. And I'm sure after certain number of years, maybe once you reach to 15 years, you might not work as a developer. You might want to work as an architect. So you should have the trade knowledge in all the technologies. So that you can help your team to choose which technology you can choose for which requirement. It's always good to have multiple technologies.
yes,
Yep. So, Srivamshi.
Hi, Vikash. Good morning.
Good morning.
I'm having a 4.5 years experience in Java developer. I just want to upgrade my skills, so that's why.
Okay. So any idea on SQL?
No.
Okay. So I strongly recommended to go through any SQL YouTube videos. I mean, not an advanced level. At least you should have fair understanding how to create the tables, how to write select queries, update queries, delete queries, some kind of simple
Okay.
stored procedure with.
Yeah, I know those queries.
Okay.
I already run. Yeah.
Okay. Then I think you have all the prerequisites. Yes.
Mhm.
Thank you, Amshi.
Yeah. Thanks.
Vishal. Okay, he's from Go Online. Anil Kumar.
Yeah, hi. Sorry for disturbing that time. Have disconnected suddenly.
No issue.
Yeah, actually, I have experience in the SQL and ETL area. I could know these things, but I want to jump for in the ADF because I want to learn for eager to learn for these things. Because I need to stuff in my resume for Azure area also. I mean, the ADF also. That's why just how I need to learn from these things. That's why.
Definitely. We will cover from basics to advanced for sure.
I think it is my good platform, or it is I think I have ETL and SQL good knowledge, but I need to jump in the ADF. I'm good right away. Is need to solution for me, please.
Yeah, definitely. Then that means you already knows the fundamentals, and it would be you'll be able to understand very easily, and it won't take much time. I'm sure you will able to complete the assignments also in less time. Yeah, you have all the prerequisites for taking this course.
Yeah, sure.
I hope I covered everybody. Yeah. So tomorrow we'll have the session at same time, 7:30, and just bear with me for another 3 to 4 days. It is an theory. Uh, Again, as I promised you, my sessions will be 100% practical. Just give me 3 to 4 days so that I will cover the fundamentals. Then I will move to the pure practical. I will promise you, each one of you, to that people who takes my training, they have who completes the assignment, they will easily get the job and on their own, and they can survive anyway, and they used to get a job from any of the good companies for sure. Just bear with me for another 3 to 4 days. So we'll start practicals. So thank you all for joining this today's course. I request each one of you to fill that link as a mandatory, so that you will get invite for next meetings.
Okay, actually, where you get it this meeting? Okay, I have got it right away.
Yeah.
Yeah, one more thing, because can you share this PDF, because we'll be. I mean, I didn't join the correctly time. That's why just I want to go through this thing.
I will share this PPT maybe after tomorrow because I want to use the same PPT for tomorrow as well. And
Sure.
you will get the recording. You can go through the recording as well. We'll share.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank
Any
you.
other questions?
No more questions from my side.
Yeah. Please fill the form. Everybody, please fill the form.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you all. Thank you for joining. We'll see you in